Hey guys, Keith Shannon.
Michelle Bureau.
From directcarpet.ca, Direct Carpet in Canada, but there are a few other direct carpets around, so we go by directcarpet.ca. Listen, today's question and answer, we have our fancy little papers with us. We're going to answer a couple questions that came in from someone I know named Jeff. We'll just leave it at Jeff. Question number one was, where do I register a business in Canada? Do you want to field that one?
Well, basically, anywhere that you're located, you always want to go to the business government site. So servicecanada.government, I think it's
CRA,
.ca. That will bring you in Canada somewhere that you can register your business, and all you would do is follow the links. It's really straightforward. You can do everything on that site, from filing to registering to renewing to looking up businesses. So that would be the first point to start for a Canadian business, is go to the Canadian government site.
Right, and for all you guys out there watching in the U.S., I mean, basically you can Google it the same way as you can Google here in Canada, is find out, type in Google, where do I register a business? It'll come up very easy, and you'll be able to click on it, get in there. Little insight on us. Right now, we are a sole proprietorship, which means it's under one name, meaning right now it's under my name. Even though she's 50-50 member in this company, right now it's under my name, under my jurisdiction. In about 3 weeks, we are incorporating, which puts us as 50-50, or it actually makes Direct Carpet the owner, and then Michelle and I will be employees
we would just have dividends
under Direct Carpet. Then we'll get dividends, but we'll do that in another video. But for registering your small business, pick a name that really works, something really good. The business that we're talking about, that Jeff's girlfriend runs, is a cleaning business.
Right.
So, you want to do something nice, something cool, something that flows, something that's easy to remember. You can search it on the government site. So when you go to the government site, you can actually pay, I think it's $60 to register as a sole proprietorship, and then maybe $20 or $30 to search the name that you have, because you do want to make sure that you guys are in Kingston. So if you search up, let's say it's Mary's House Cleaning, and you search that in Kingston, you might not find Mary's House Cleaning, but Toronto could have, Mary's House Cleaning. So you want to kind of search around and find out where the other names are, so that you don't, we have directcarpet.ca, but there is Direct Carpet in California, and there is Direct Carpet in England.
Yes.
So sometimes when you're going online and you punch up Direct Carpet, you will go to usually come to us, but then we go to California and then the UK. So that's why we always kind of brand ourselves directcarpet.ca.
Exactly, and that's exactly what we have. Even our logos are directcarpet.ca rather than just Direct Carpet. So very important when you're looking for a name. I mean, it's tough these days to get even a two-word .com or .ca. These days, it doesn't even really matter if it's .com, .org, whatever it might be, especially with the way that advertising is on, whether it's Google, on the internet, because everything is just linked to a button, so you really don't even have to type much in. But always good to do a good name search, but if you're opening up a business and just seeing maybe what's catchy and what's going to fit you and your branding down the road. So what kind of message are you trying to get across? A lot of people will kind of have their name fit with either their personality, if it's a sole proprietorship, if it's a dual proprietorship, then maybe just what kind of message they're trying to get across. So just some things to think about, because once you've got it, you don't want to change it. You don't want to start changing your business name every year and be like, oh no, I should have done this. So don't think about it too much, because you want to get the business started, and it's not what's going to make or break your business, but you want it to be something that you can work with and that's going to fit your branding.
So I want to shout out to Kevin Gale, John McCabe. What's going on, guys?
Hey, John.
So that's really it on sole proprietorship. Incorporations later. You don't want to incorporate from the beginning. Sole proprietor is better under your own name. So you might be, Direct Carpet right now is Keith Shannon direct carpet,
Sole proprietorship, yeah.
sole proprietorship. So Jeff, maybe your girlfriend might want to do it under her name, and whatever the name may be, as business progresses and gets bigger and better, then incorporate. Incorporate gives you kind of safeguards and things like that. And like I said, we'll go into that.
Yeah,
after.
exactly. Especially if you start having a storefront, and even for legality reasons,
employees
getting into payroll, and even tax reasons. Because being a sole proprietor, once you grow, you can get hit pretty hard with taxes. So starting to incorporate, it
we won't talk about that.
It'll get you in a different bracket where you can start to basically have different payrolls and write-offs under that umbrella. So that's another show, though.
So I think that kind of answered your question. I think that you guys want to register just under sole proprietorship. You can do it usually online, I believe. Check it out. Don't quote me. Probably in the States the same thing. I would think it's just as easy. $60, $90. Then they'll send you a paper. I should have brought our paper down. That'll just say, direct carpet sole proprietorship, and it's how you get your HST and all your tax numbers and all that good stuff. So that comes with it.
Yeah, and the other thing that I just want to add on that is always make sure when you're thinking of creating a business name, you might be able to get the name, but make sure whatever you're looking at, if it's .com or .ca is available as well, because you might choose a name and all of a sudden the .com is taken. That actually happened to me with my nutrition company, so I had to hyphenate one of the names that I had, and not what you want to do because people are not typing in a hyphenated word. So always make sure that you're looking both at whatever .com or .ca or .net, .tv, whatever it is that you're doing.
Take them all.
Take them all.
Directcarpet.com if you can get it. We couldn't get it. Directcarpet.ca, directcarpet.tv, directcarpet.org. Just because you know what, you want to own all of them if you can. That pretty much answers that question. I want to just make a remark on when you go for your sole proprietorship, you will have to register in Canada for a GST, HST number. I'm not too sure how it is in the States, but I'm sure you have to get some kind of license for like
tax collection.
Tax collecting. Yeah. Next question would be from Jeff again. Okay, so you guys already know they have a small house cleaning business. It's just her working right now, and she is maxed out. I mean, meaning that she has tons of clients, can't do anymore, can't work anymore, making as much money as she possibly can, and now wants to hire somebody like her, but is really worried about getting someone like her, someone that is willing to dig in and work. So I'll turn this over to you if you want to kind of delve into that, how she can find someone. I like to say hire fast and fire fast.
Well, once you get the flow of your business running, and you have a well-oiled machine, as I like to call it, because there's a lot of bugs you're going to have to work out. And once you expand, you don't want to be trying to catch up here or make sure that everything is working in flow. You want to have a well-organized and well-flowing machine. But I would say to start off, if you want to expand, is to maybe make a list or do a write-up of all of the things that you do as yourself. Because if you're going to try and find somebody else, you're going to want to be able to dictate exactly what you're looking for. So you want to make sure that you're finding somebody that can fit that part, or at least that you know how to dictate what it is that you're looking for in, a replacement for you if you're looking for a second person. I'm going to let you go from there, which was you wanted to talk about raising prices.
We can do the raising prices, but let me go a little bit on that employee, hire fast, fire fast. Everyone deserves to work at a great place, and everyone deserves to have a great job. So you don't want to waste someone's time by hiring them, finding out they're okay and they're not really liking their job. Hire fast, fire fast. Let them move on. Don't waste their time and don't waste your time, because hire fast, fire fast, get to the next. They don't work out, hire fast, fire fast, get to the next. Get to the next till you find someone who's really going to be a company player, right? Like someone that's really going to work and help you build your vision, because other people have their own visions of things, and you wouldn't want that to, you're never going to find a person that's dedicated to your own. Yes, this is very true, Sir John McCabe. I was going to get to that, as John McCabe says, you're never going to find someone that's going to dedicate the way that you're going to dedicate, but you want to get 75%. You got to get 75%.
Well, that's why knowing what it is that you're looking for in terms of the profile of that position, that will help both parties know whether you're a fit or not. And you're always going to know that as a business owner, it's like a family member. It's your blood, your sweat, your tears. At the end of the day, it's something personal. But when it's somebody else, it may just be a job to them or their career. So it doesn't mean that someone's going to not put the same effort in, but always know that if there's the job description there that is well defined, then it's going to be easier to find the fit.
Empathy. So what we've been kind of listening to some of our business coaching and stuff is empathy for the people that work for you and kind of trying to help them with their lives and become better in their craft with your business. Try to help them have a good life at work and outside of work. You know, that's something that I am trying to do right now. Really kind of, I've been focused on implementing is taking care of my people, because if I take care of my people are going to take care of me.
Mm-hmm. And it was another quote that I read that was really interesting, and this can go to a certain extent, however you want to look at it, but it's always, you know, that saying that the customer is always right and you want to please the customer. Take care of the customer even furthermore. It was a really great quote that I read that said, if you take care of your employees and your workers, they will take care of your customers. So it's very important. I think with us, especially with our business starting to grow and taking on a lot of new employees, we've had a few people that haven't worked out. We've learned a lot as business owners, as employers, what to do and what not to do. But you know, at the end of the day, we try to treat anyone that we work with as a team. We're all equal, and if we can do it together, that's how the business is going to grow. So we don't want to make anyone feel like they have any less value in the company, because at the end of the day, it's really who's in it that's going to create the further growth of the company, especially when you're expanding.
For sure, for sure. I mean, I think that kind of does it for that question, because, well, you know what? Let's expand on that a little bit. So she works Jeff's girlfriend works in the cleaning company, and she's maxed out. She's looking for that perfect, person that she wants to hire. Hire fast, fire fast, until you find someone that's going to give you 75, 80% of what you're doing. And then what you can do there is, you were talking about the third part of that question is to scale up your business. Now, how do you make more money when you're already, maxed out and you can't do anymore? Well, number one, if you have a number two underneath you, you can actually, say you have 40 clients, you can raise your prices a little bit. Let's say raise your prices $5 an hour, $3 an hour, whatever you think is fair. The people that love you are going to accept that, and they're going to pay that. And then the people that want still that great deal that you were giving them before, you can funnel them down to your number two. You won't lose the business. That other person's probably, could be working for 15, 20 bucks an hour. You might be charging 30 bucks an hour for them, and you make $10 an hour off of them. So it's called something like the 80-20 rule, where once you're maxed out at 80% of your clientele, then you raise your prices, and so forth and so on. It's kind of from the salon days, what I learned from some of the guys who were teaching and how a stylist will build their clientele, and they can't do anymore, so they have to raise their prices. And then what happens is the people that don't want to pay those higher prices get funneled down to someone else in the salon. And that's a way to scale up this business and how you're going to get to those levels of pay that you want. But what you'll have to do is, as you lose customers, you raise a few prices, you'll lose a couple customers, you've got to go out and grab some more customers and clients. Actually, with you, it's clients, because it's repeat, it's big money, big deal. You're going to want to fill those positions for yourself. Then you'll get to 80% again, 90%, you're going to raise your prices again a couple of bucks, and then you're going to lose a few, and they're going to go down to your number two. And that is... And
then I actually have something to expand on that, because it's not, a lot of people ask, should I hire somebody that maybe has the same experience or that already is in the trade, or do I hire somebody new and do I train them? It's kind of a catch-22 question, because I believe that leading by example is a great way to train somebody. So if you are taking on someone new, or maybe that already has experience, take them with you and maybe work with them for a week just to see how their traits are and what values they hold in the way that they run their own show. So if that's something that she's doing in terms of hiring, maybe she could work with somebody for a week, or at least let them see how she works and what's important to her, so that they know that that's a core value within her business. Leading by example is the best way that you can safely expand your business, because then it allows you to continue the way you're running your business and not have to worry so much about someone running a whole different show. So that maybe could be something that she can think about as well when she's hiring, whether it's going to be someone she wants to train or somebody that maybe already has experience in the field.
Sounds good. I think that answers that question. I hope it answered that question for you, Jeff. Jeff's last question, the third question, it was pretty funny when I saw it, when I read it. He said, what are the biggest challenges to starting a business? And then Michelle and I had a good chuckle about that because everything, you know, you name it, it's tough. We actually talked about a couple of things. You know, bossing yourself around can actually be pretty difficult to do because, you know how a lot of people don't like their boss, but you know, you have to show up on time or you're going to get in trouble and you have to do what you're supposed to do. When you're the boss, you know, all chaos can break loose, right, Michelle?
Well, I mean, yeah, it depends.
It can.
It can.
She keeps me in line.
Well, you know, I do my job, and, you know, as long as communication is a huge thing in any business, and communication is a huge thing in life in general, how you speak to people, how you communicate. But, you know, I think one thing that I can remember very vividly that would probably stick in my head, which was probably a challenge from the beginning, was making decisions. Don't think too much about decisions, act, make things happen. If it's the wrong decision, then you know what, you can always go back and you can change it. But by thinking too much about things and not acting, you're wasting time, you're not getting things done. You know, if you don't do Facebook Live while Facebook Live is hot, you know what, and you want to make it perfect and do it in 3 months from now, you're going to miss the window. And that comes with anything, even with the internet. So make decisions, get things done. You can always go back and you can change them. They're always going to be learning lessons, and that's what business is about.
Well, what do they say about making decisions? You know, a lot of people will not make a decision, and that's making a decision anyways by not making a decision. You gotta make the decision and go down that path. Not all the decisions are going to be the right ones, you know, but you'll get down that path. Make that decision. Learn how to make those decisions quick, and then, you know, just recorrect. Like a plane driving to, what's the analogy? A plane driving to San Diego. You know, these guys start in Toronto, they go to San Diego. You know, they get up in the air and they get off a little bit to the left. They drift back a little bit to the right.
Back on track.
You know, but they always click back on track, and that is basically what decision making is. You must make decisions.
Implement, right?
Implement.
Okay.
Vacations can be difficult when you're your own boss.
You don't want to leave, right? You're worried, and it comes again down to being an owner of a business. You're scared. You're trusting someone else, right? It's hard when you've grown something and you've kind of worked to bring it to where it is to just leave that into the hands of somebody else. But again, you know, you can't do everything. You have to be able to branch off, especially if you're growing a team under you within the business. So, but you know, yeah, vacations are definitely hard.
I think she booked our vacation already for our anniversary, so I have to go. I have to show up. So
and it's not 3 days, okay? So
no,
get that
and I have a hard time leaving. I have a hard time leaving my dog, hard time leaving my business. Just, you know, it's your baby, and you want to always take care of it. So that's a normal thing. And you know what? The last thing is long ass days. I mean, I think she puts in longer days than I do, but that's just part of it. But that's somewhat the fun of it. If you don't enjoy that, you know, it's not 9 to 5. It's not 9 to 5.
No. It changes, right? And again, it's all the way it's your perception, right? So at the end of the day, the work that you put into it, you know, some days are more than others, some days are less, but in business, you have to take it while it's there. If it's offered to you, you work while you can, because it's not guaranteed to you every day. It's not a 9 to 5 job that you're going into and you could just sit at your desk and close your door and regardless get that salary at the end of the month, at the end of the year. This is something, you know, that you've got to really take seriously. And with vacations, just on a light note, we do plan. So it's very important to me that I'm about 3 weeks ahead of time already making sure that week is fully covered with every kind of coverage I need. So, you know, organization is key, and knowing, you know, your business.
We got the Kobo down below. I didn't know if he was going to jump up on me and say hi, but I mean, that's it basically, I think, right?
Yeah.
I did get asked an internet question, was what my influences were and could I recommend any business books. Like I said, my grandmother recommended Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Great book, because it's not really about getting rich. It's Think and Grow Rich. Interesting Interesting. Check that stuff out online. Gary Vaynerchuk is my #1 boy crush right now. My man crush. I mean, I love him. Check him out. He's great. Any Tony Robbins. I mean,
you know, and again, it goes. You can have business. You can have motivational
Michelle Barrow's very
coaches.
influential.
Yeah. Affirmations every day. I love my business. I love my opportunities. I love the experiences that I'm able to explore. And every day, you have to set your mindset with how you want to shape and form the world around you on a daily basis.
So Keith Shannon with the lovely Michelle Barrow. We will see you tomorrow at some time. And remember to follow us on the Facebook, on the Instagram, and all that good stuff. The Snapchat, too. Don't forget about the Snapchat. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.
Have a good
Ciao.
night. Bye.